welcome to Lost in South Oz. Today we're over at Smithfield Station because our story starts here. Today I'm telling the story of Smithfield ammunition bunkers. The reason why we're here is because there was a heavy gauge railway that was connected to the bunkers, went straight in the front doors, and they came off of this line here. And they ran along where this car park is.
On our left.
On our left. Just some brief history, because both the ammunition factory and the ammunition stores are connected in 1940, 1941, which is right in the middle of the Second World War. So the rail went behind these houses on our left and continued down the reserve area behind it, and then took a sharp turn to our right, which I'll show you, past what was the old council depots and past the old Smithfield Plains High, and it would be on our right going down, but it was the left of all that, and I'll show you. So over at Edinburgh is where the story began, and I'm going to show you that as well. So it would be on our left now. Heading down the side of this road was a huge ammunition train. To paint a picture, right in the middle of the Second World War. Took this bend, crossed this, what looks like a creek now, but this has all been made since the housing development ran in. So this was all a planned development, and it was built in the 60s and provided staff to what was the Holden factory, and to another government military organisation called DSTO. So there was a bit of rivalry between what was once the two areas of development. So Elizabeth was a planned development by the Housing Trust, or what most people see as Houso, and then Salisbury was another Housing Trust area. They brought, back in the day, the UK government and the Australian and American government, but it was basically UK government and the Australian government were looking for, we had a lot of immigration to the area, and they were looking for people to come in and work over at the ammunition store and stuff, and that area. Well, the ammunition factory and the store. So Salisbury wasn't a planned development, Elizabeth was, but that's a whole different story, and the rivalry there. And this development happened in the 1960s. So this began in 1940, right in the middle of the war, with the factory, and they needed somewhere to store it. And so they put in the Smithfield ammunition stores. And let's start off here. So the rail went directly from here, which is, I guess, at a right angle or a 90-degree angle away from the track, from the rail, and headed right through where this bridge is. We're about to cross on the left.
This bridge goes across the old rail corridor.
It goes across the old rail corridor, and then we turn to the right here, and the rail continues on our right. Now, what's on our right also, like I said, is the old, it was in the 60s, would have been the old council stores. The corridor went completely in front of it. And on this corner to our right is the old Smithfield High. And they decommissioned both the ammunition factory in 93, 96 and the stores over here at Smithfield. So along here was a good, there was no roadway back then. No fences. This would have been just an open railway with a ammunition dirt track with an ammunition rail train running along it, and lots of military personnel. So this was a military area back then in the 40s, and farms. When they built the housing development, they acquired all the land from the farmers. And this is, as you can see, it's a school they're coming to, but it's a modern school now, modern government school. So this area here now is all parkland. It's all been reclaimed, dog walking, just parkland, and all the housing came in here in the early 60s. And there are other channels that look at what was in Elizabeth, and they take their footage from other places. I mean, you know, there's lots of, they do documentaries there. What we're doing here is showing you what is now. So, you know, lots of parkland. So the rail continues all the way up, and where this road leads, that we're on now, which used to be the railway line, as you can see, we have to go around the house, cut through the housing to get to the front door of the ammunition bunkers. Now there's a highway that goes straight through the middle of these bunkers, because before they decommissioned it, they put an expressway through and started closing it down. So, but on the other side of the expressway, which is the area is now known as Anglevale, they probably sold off a lot of the bunkers earlier, and then that's where their dead-end road is, so you can't drive any further, so I have to go around. And they sold off a lot of the bunkers earlier, and they've been turned into houses. Some of them were removed, and a lot of the ones on this side have been removed too. And I'll take some pictures of those so I can show you. They're now private houses. So there's even some guard houses or stuff over there, and that's all been preserved. But over here, the reason why I'm actually doing this filming now is because there's another housing development going through in the Andrews Farm area, and it's going in around all the bunkers, and they tore all the mini track out because there was heavy rail going into a platform, a little branch system in there for offloading, and obviously a guardhouse at the beginning. And there was a transfer platform from the heavy rail to the light rail, and then an extensive bunker system that went the other side of the expressway where the cars, you can see in the distance, are travelling. But they've pulled down where the mini rail like depots were, where they used to house all the mini rail trains. I think they were electric.
We're now facing the ammunition storage
Yeah,
site.
this is all government. This would have been all government, and this is an all government fence. And as you can see, there's houses along here, and they're starting to build all new housing. And so you can see all the government fence. It's now to our left. So as we get up here, you'll see there's a road to our right. That's where the heavy rail came out and crossed this road. And then there's a big gate system here, and the heavy rail went straight in here, and this is where all the cars would have come in, and the gate's open. So I'll just stop for a minute and just tell you the rest of the story. So in '93 they decommissioned it all. They pulled up all the track, pulled it all out, pulled out the mini rail, slightly to our right where you can see over there. There's like a roadway going in. There would have been a gatehouse and boom gates where you entered, and on this side is where the heavy rail went in. And there was a platform with a transfer platform onto the light rail, and we'll just press. So, as to explain, to look up this way, this is where your gatehouse was, and then you've got a big gate here, and there's one further down. Then there's a gate here. It's hard to see. Right, so I'm just going to swing around here. If you look up here, that's where we were driving, and there was a heavy rail came in, a little siding. I'll swing around this way, and where all that debris is was where the transfer platform was. So there was another entrance here, and there was a transfer platform, and I think I'll just zoom in here for you. When they demolished the where they stored all the mini trains, or the trains that run on that mini rail, that's the debris from when they bulldozed all that. They didn't save any of it. So layout only for the cars, and yeah, the gate's wide open, but housing is approaching all these bunkers, so I'm going to see if I can.
Let's go for a walk in. It's open, no cameras.
And there's your one of your bunkers, for your ammunition store. The last wall's on the other side. We're going to go for a walk in.
Go for a walk in, keep filming, go for a walk in.
Well, the gate's wide open, so, and as I say, cars coming and going. And we'll walk in a bit. And this has all been cleaned up. But this is basically the way it was left in 93, and you'd think all this rubbish has been brought since. Well, a lot of it was probably from when they bulldozed the gatehouse and the platform. See the concrete pile?
That was where the loco depot
Where the loco depot was. And so, and this is just all mini rail running through here. It's where all the cars turned around. As you can see up there,
we can get closer.
that's the old one of the old bunkers. There's pipes everywhere. All those pipes laying there are from the new construction they're putting through for housing. I think there's a bunker on the other side of this too. I think on the other side of these trees at the end of here, there's a bunker. This would have been all bunkers through here. And they just, yeah, about 80 of them, they just bulldozed them all. And this runs out to the expressway, and there's all housing over there, and people, I don't know why, but my zoom isn't working, but it's all housing. And that housing is coming straight through here. The what? Heavy rail?
Heavy rail came straight through here.
Yeah, the heavy rail came straight in here. And there was a...
Down either side.
Yep, and...
The narrow gauge.
So there was like 80 bunkers here. And there was a lot on the other side of that expressway over there as well. But yeah, some of this is debris from when they demolished it all, and some of it's just people that have been dumping crap in here. Well, you know, our car's opened up.
It's open.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're not gonna... I'm not... Because there's all the builders over there. Might as well walk through here while we can. There's been a lot of vandalism. We believe they're going to preserve these two, aren't they?
They are. So, heavy rail straight through where we are.
Yeah, heavy...
On the right hand side of that blast wall.
Yeah, where that little roadway is where the heavy rail went.
The light rail ran parallel and through between the bunker and the blast wall.
Yep. Let's just scoot along, walk along. Hopefully... Oh look, the builders have been going through here and there's piles of dirt. That's why it's all open. The construction and development's going through here. As you can see, all fresh loads of soil. And they're building the roadway through there, past that bunker. We're going up this way quickly, Jill? But yeah, as you saw, the gates are wide open. The construction's development's going through. They're putting in roadways. So all this is just becoming public land again. Well, it's going to be used for housing. Come on. So where we're walking would have been where the heavy rail went straight down. And I don't know what this looks like, but it looks like another platform that was here, wasn't it? The debris of an old platform. We've got to move fast, Jules. But up until recently, this was all closed, I guess, and this is probably the last. They're just getting up to it. Whoa, this is all open. I believe there's a platform in here on the other side, and you can see remnants of platform or road to my left. So I'm just going to go up in here. Obviously they've decided to keep these two. And it looks like it's concrete made with like old sandbags for a blast wall. I always wanted to get in here and I never could, so because it was all gated and locked up. Oh. We won't have long. Looks like some old stairs over here. There's lots of thistles. Not often do I get to... Sorry? Can you grab this for me? Get my what?
Filming while you can.
Yeah. Because once the builders get in here, this is all going to be... This is all going to be This is all going to be sealed up once the development goes through. Right, and they had flaps on all the windows. So they had windows, as you can see. You know, for ammunition bunkers with explosions, they had windows. There. And this would have been the mini rail. The mini rail would have went through there. See the fence? This was used for farmers used this after. It was used for military. It was, used ammunition, military, supplying ammunition to the war. You see all the pipes there? They're getting ready to put all the development through. This is where the mini rail came out and went across that expressway and kept going. To go this way? There's no way down. Alright. So, but you can see they're all sealed up. There's not much left of them. Not at all. All the old doors are sitting on the ground. People have tagged it all. Do you want to have a look at the other one? That's just the old doors sitting in the old pigeon poo. That's how many years it's been. In here. It's good. And it said, this building contains asbestos products, refer to asbestos register. You want to come hold this for me? Down. Just hold it out that way. I'm going to hop down because we're jumping down into thistles, which is not good. And this is where your mini rail went through, like another lip through the blast wall and out the other side. You want to head to the other bunker? We won't have a lot of time. It's just thistles everywhere. One last look down here. I don't know what this bit of pipe is up here. I wondered, you know, it would have been, I don't know what this was. There's a bit of pipe hanging out. And yeah, it's either where the mini rail came up was either side of the platform or in vehicles. So, shall we head over to the other bunker? Get some photos and. But yeah. Workers over there. We're going to have to go out because they actually got trucks over there, Jill. So I'm.
That one's pretty much a duplicate of this one.
it's pretty much a duplicate, but it doesn't have any blast walls. So I'm just going to head back to the car. Sorry? Alright, I'm going to the car. But yeah, but yeah, this is all it's all been used for farming, and as you can see, it looks like an old paddock there. And again, the government's now decided to use the land and turn it into housing. Yeah. But there would have been mini rail spread out in that direction, and bunkers all over there, and mini rail and bunkers all the way that way. And the houses are just over there where those machines are. So, and they're selling all the houses there and putting roads all the way through here. And we thought this was a good time to get this footage for you, so you can see what it's like before it's gone. And you can see they're already preparing the road surface over that way, just right other side of those trees. And I guess basically, to complete the story a little bit, I mean, the war ended, as we all know. The Second World War ended, and the ammunition factory kept making ammunition, and they kept using these stores. But with the housing coming through, you can't really have explosives in the middle of houses. So, and of course, by the 60s, they ripped up that heavy rail that and that meant that the rail was no longer, the back then rail was the mode of transport. I've no doubt they would have used trucks in here too. But that meant with housing development in the Smithfield area, it meant they couldn't bring, all the ammunition into the bunker via the rail. So, and they probably continued using it and continued bringing stuff here, well into the 80s, and then obviously when they closed down in the 90s by truck. And eventually they decided to decommission, and the factory closed down over at Edinburgh, and there was no need for this anymore. So I'll just... And they tore up all the track and minced up all the buildings and removed history. Anyway, we're going to go and complete the story and see if we can show you where the ammunition was made. And there's some remnants of old platforms over there, so that's where we're going now. We'll see if we can do that. On the place for you. There's a lot of cars down here. We think the factories are down here. There's lots of cars coming in. It goes down this way. It says no through road. I'm just going to drive down here. There's a gatehouse down there, which is BAE systems. I'm not allowed to go down there. And there's someone parked down here, and if you look out the window, put it over that way, that's the old ammunition factories.
You can see the blast
Built
walls.
in blast walls, built in 941, or 940, sorry. And there's quite a few of them down here. And there's a couple missing because they actually blew up. They went all the way down here. Let's point down there. And that's what the ammunition factories that were. And they had stores. There's a blast wall here, and in this missing position down here, there's all bunkers down there, and that was where they had all the stuff. Just go down here a bit further. You can't see through a windscreen, so I said go that way. And we can't get into any of this, so, and that's why I'm just going around here. Just can't get into any of it. It's now being used privately. There's even a bus that comes down here. There's a bus stop here, public bus stop. Well, there's a car parked near the bus stop. Let me just come round in front. And it says industrial bus stop. And as you can see, and we're probably getting a better footage here because that way you don't get up close to the fence. I mean, even the old substation's still sitting there. Even the old substation, the power's still there. For the old factories. The roofs are still maintained. So, I don't know, there's not much else to show you except where they all exist, but all the ammo was made here, in these factories, and it was all stored down in that bunker system in the Smithfield Munitions Storage. We're going to drive around and have a look at the railway platform now, and I'll give you a look at that. But this is you double click a huge, it was a huge base in its time, massive. For making ammo. It was just back in 1941. So 1940, sorry. And we will show you. I mean, there's not many places to stop around here because people are coming to work. I'm going to go this way. There used to be a massive gatehouse down here, but they've removed the gatehouse from down here as well. So when we first moved here, turning it sideways. When we first moved here, there was a massive gatehouse, and I wish I took pictures of it. It was sitting right in the middle, just right here where this gate opening is here. And as you can see, that pole there, how old it is. It's back in the war days. But yeah, the gatehouse is sitting right there. I wish I took photos of it. There was someone still manning it. But this is the back of the old platform, and looks as though you can see there's a bridge there, so there was a rail coming on. But now it's being used for other things. You see the platform. We really there's no way I can pull up and show you. I'll go in this. So along this network of trains back in the 40s, there was 3 platforms.
This is number 3.
This is number 3. So this would have brought the staff to the factory, and it went. Oh, should we close that up or leave it? I just don't want to bring attention to myself, but this was a. It's all on government land, but it's a little bit iffy. It's military. So, but this is all the historical site here. So, I don't know if we're going to get any closer to it, that's all. We're going to walk around this way. But yeah, like this is the last of the stations for the workers, and then it would have went up that way, and it did a big loop. So they didn't have like a turntable here; they had a loop. There was no. So this is the end of the platform where the road is. Did you want to keep going up there, or?
Yeah, because we can get a better view on
You can get a better view of the platform. Things we do. But you know, this is all public access. We're not going through any fences. We're not photographing any secrets. Right?
Yeah, we're right here.
This is public land, and yeah. So up that way you can see there's a mound that continues where the train would have gone on. And I assume that being that it's a double-sided platform, there would have been 2 tracks in here. And it was all made of sleepers, as you can see. And there was like a shelter in the middle of it. I'll see if I can see it a bit further up. But this station is just rotting away. It's absolutely rotting away. And it's part of our history. Absolutely part of our history, and it's disintegrating into dust. And it's a huge platform. It would have went all the way down to that gatehouse, and brought all the staff. You know, what was here was back in the World War II days. Was it was part of that. All the stuff they were doing between the UK government and the Australian government. And so there was lots of different factories down here as well. So, but yeah, my gimbal's playing up again, which is the usual case with my gimbal. But yeah. So it was double-sided, you know, the train went up and did the loop and then went back. Anyway, I hope this has been interesting for both the people who are interested in rail and the people who are interested in trains. So it's not going to turn for me. There we go. And that's just looking down that side of the platform. Yeah. So I hope it's interesting. I mean, it may be interesting for people who like rail and people who like history. Anyway, thanks for coming on this journey with us. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.